Hey guys, what is up? It is Crystal. It is November 2nd, 2025. We live in Connecticut, and today I'm going to be planting out all of our garlic. I'm so excited to do this because I'm switching things up this year. I ordered some new garlic to add into the rotation. In addition to the garlic that I've been regrowing. I grow like the same garlic every year from garlic that I had started back in 2020, and then I just kind of rotate through it, but I'm kind of bored with it, and they've gotten a little small over the years. So I'm gonna try some different varieties of things. I usually grow hardneck garlic. I'm gonna be trying soft neck garlic this year, and I'm also adding elephant garlic, which technically isn't even garlic, it's a leek, which I've learned. But they produce huge cloves, and I'm very excited to try those. The past couple of years, maybe, I've also started shallots at the same time. I'm not going to be doing that today. As far as the weather goes, it's about 50 degrees today. It's chilly. I got a sweatshirt on. It's sunny and clear, not a cloud in the sky. It's absolutely beautiful outside. It for sure feels like fall time. When I look at the long-term forecast, it is going to start getting very, very cold here. For the next week or so, we're looking at about 30s to 40s for overnight lows, with the highs in like the 50s during the day. And then I noticed a little further out, we're gonna be starting to get into the 20s at nighttime. And that means it's gonna be the end of the garden. But for now, it is still green and alive for the most part, which is crazy to me because usually at this point when I'm starting garlic, most of the garden is dead. And I'm mulching and doing other things, cleaning things out. I just did my last big garden harvest last week, and I can see that I have some more tomatoes growing. The first thing I need to do, I have two garlic beds, 5 foot by 7 foot, and they're just in-ground beds that I have surrounded with 2x4s, non-treated 2x4s. So I've got beans in here that need to be cleaned out. There's tomato plants that need to be cleaned out. In years past, I've usually done this like a week or two in advance before planting the garlic. We're just gonna do it today, get it all cleaned out, raked out, depending on what the forecast is like. It's been staying pretty warm in recent years, but normally anywhere like 2 weeks before Halloween to 2 weeks after Halloween, that 4-week span is any time in there has been successful for me for starting garlic. Again, it just depends on how cold it is. I try and put it in as late as possible. It's really not that complicated, but I try and find that sweet spot of enough time for a little bit of root development from the garlic, but not enough time for it to really grow. I don't want it to grow a lot and then die back and go dormant in the winter. The cloves won't be very big. righty. I got the 2 in-ground garlic beds completely cleaned out. I also cleaned out a couple of the raised beds that I have. I put in some Vago garden beds this year, and I have 2 that have some space in them. I'm curious to see how garlic does when I grow them in the raised beds as opposed to the in-ground beds. I don't know. So behind me is the bed that I grew sweet potatoes in. They didn't do well because something ate them. But it is a smaller bed. It's like 2 feet by 6.5 feet. I'm going to be putting the soft neck garlic that I'm going to try this year. It is early red Italian, and I got it from MIgardener. And I've never grown soft neck garlic before, but I've already noticed a difference when I'm trying to like peel the cloves apart. They're very compact, very tight together. The major differences I've read about soft neck garlic versus hard neck is, one, they don't produce escape like hard neck garlic does. They also are more compact when you're trying to peel them. But flavor-wise, they're a little bit more mild. They store longer. You can braid them together and they store much longer than hard neck garlic. But I've got a lot of them here. I'm just going to be planting them about 2 inches down, 4 to 6 inches apart. I've got several other garlic videos, but the flat part goes in the bottom and the point gets pointed up to the sky. I push them down a little bit into the ground. You don't peel them completely, you leave the entire skin, as much of the skin on as possible. Alright, over here I've got some carrots growing in this bed that I had winter squash in and some Jacob's cattle beans earlier this year. And now I'm going to be putting elephant garlic in here. Never grown elephant garlic before, but it's essentially the same as growing regular garlic, I imagine. Elephant garlic technically isn't even garlic at all. It is, I believe it is a type of leek. I'm just going to make some rows, space them out similar to how I grow regular garlic. I first saw elephant garlic on my friend Mandamu's channel, and she grows huge garlic. So I can't wait to see how these do. Alright, and next I am back over at the normal garlic beds. And I usually grow garlic in, and they do pretty good. But these are new to me. These are the German white garlic. I got them from Haas Tools. It is a hard neck garlic. Okay, next I have the Italy Hill Giant Ivory. I've been growing this a few years now, and the clothes have definitely gotten smaller. I selected the largest ones that I have to regrow. So I'm going to do the rest of this bed, and then I'll show you what I'm growing in the next bed. Now I'm gonna make all the rows for the music garlic and Chesnok red. I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit them both in here. Alright, I still have this whole box here of Chesnok red garlic. Some of it's starting to sprout, but I have no more room. I filled the 2 garlic beds and those other 2 additional beds. So I have this one over here. It has Swiss chard in it, a marigold plant, and some pimento peppers that are done. I'm gonna leave the Swiss chard, clean all of this stuff out, and then try and squeeze as much of the Chesnok red in as I can. We got all of the garlic in that I was able to. I still have a lot left in that box of Chesnok red garlic, but I'm just gonna bring it in and use it in the kitchen. But I got a lot of garlic in, and I utilized 6 beds to do it. The next step is to mulch these beds. I like to use just a natural mulch with no dyes in it. Years ago, I used to use like straw or a thick hay as mulch in the garden, but I found that to be tedious. It takes a while to break down into the soil, and it can get kind of messy in the garden. It also can sometimes cause weeds. So I prefer to use like a pine bark mulch or some sort of bark mulch that I usually can get at like Home Depot or Lowe's pretty inexpensively. You can also get it in bulk delivered. We haven't done that yet because I don't have like a skid steer or a little tractor that I can easily move the mulch around, so it's easier for me to maneuver the bags into the garden than it would be to get like a delivery of mulch and then wheelbarrow each load in. I only have 1 bag left over from when we fertilized all of the fruit and nut trees, and I put like a thin layer of mulch around the bases of the trees. So we are now going to go take a ride to our local Home Depot. So we are at Home Depot right now, and I got some flower bulbs on clearance, and Steve got some antifreeze so that we can winterize our camper. And we came out to get the mulch, and there isn't any. I didn't even think that there wouldn't be any because I had been to Lowe's recently and they had lots of it. That's where I had gotten the mulch that I have now. So Steve's gonna stop at work after. So Steve's gonna stop after work and get the mulch tomorrow. But that just means I won't be finishing the video today, and that's okay. Ooh, those are pretty.
Black-eyed Susan.
I remember we would just have some Barley in the yard and I'd pick them for Mom.
It is a couple of days later, and we haven't had power all morning in our house, which has made for a fun school day here. But we are here now out in the garden, and it is very, very windy today, a little bit chilly. Steve stopped after work and picked me up 6 bags of mulch. He said there wasn't hardly any mulch left at the Lowe's that he stopped at, and it's the Lowe's that I've been going to, and they've had a full stock of mulch every time I've gone. I'm just gonna do a thin layer of mulch over the top of these beds, and that's it. They should be good until spring. It's so windy today. Hopefully you can hear me, it's so windy. But the mulch, I just put a thin layer down, and it really just helps to insulate the garlic and during the winter months, as well as help with regulating watering. Oh my goodness, is it windy. All right, so we got all the garlic in. It is now November 4th, 2025. And this is pretty much the start for the 2026 garden. So that's exciting. That is gonna do it for this video. Thank you very much for joining me while I started garlic in the garden, and I will see you next time. Bye.